Thank you. Let me first of all welcome you all. And today I have the pleasure to announce the appointment of the 2023 Fiscal Review Committee. Its task is to examine the overall setting of the government's fiscal policy and make recommendations on how to rebalance government revenue and spending, grow the economy, and ensure that government is fiscally sustainable over the next decade. In the last decade, the government has spent more money than it has earned on its daily operations. This is before it begins to borrow for capital investment. Public debt in 2015 stood at 46% of gross domestic product. It is now at about 85%, and it is still not under control. On coming into office, the World Bank shared its public expenditure review, which is nearly finalized, with us. And the advice is alarming. Without significant changes to government finances, our debt to GDP ratio will approach nearly 100% in 10 years' time. This will leave government no room to borrow for the urgent capital expenditure we need now. We have to find billions of dollars to invest in health, water, sewerage, energy, roads, housing, and climate adaptation. We have to be ready to respond to cyclones, floods, and other natural disasters when they happen. In government's current economic state, we cannot do this effectively. Without public investment, we cannot improve the lives of our people and improve our rates of economic growth. Let me say, there are no magic solutions. We have some very hard economic choices in front of us. It is inevitable that there will be increases in taxation. We have to find ways to better measure and control government spending. We have to improve the environment for private sector investment and economic growth. In all this, we must also ensure that our most vulnerable and disadvantaged people are appropriately protected. Finding the best mix of options is the real challenge. Let me say this very categorically. This is not time for politics. But I want to emphasize the importance of a political environment that allows open, honest, and critical discussion about our problems. In the last 15 years, unfortunately, this has been seriously lacking. So the seriousness of these problems, even as they have been looming, have been concealed and understated in many ways. And our government says that we cannot afford this any longer. As we promised before coming into office, that we would be transparent and we would consult widely on not just economic policy, but other social, environment, and policies beyond that in our governance. This committee, together with the National Economic Summit in the third week of April, are the first formal steps we are taking to give effect to that promise. The committee, fellow Fijians, has 14 members. They are Mr. Richard Naidu, a commercial and taxation lawyer and a partner of law firm of Monroe Lees. I know he doesn't want me to say any more than that. Lisa Apted, Deputy Chair, a partner of KPMG Fiji, a chartered accountant and a tax professional, very well known. Riaz Ali, welcome Riaz, you just arrived. Company Director and entrepreneur from Nandi. Bani Dr. Nasinga, the coordinator of the Fiji Council of Social Services. Thank you for accepting our invitation. Edwin Chand, a company director and businessman from Lambasa. Dr. Nilesh Gounder, an economist and deputy head of school research at the School of Accounting, Finance and Economics at the University of the South Pacific. Matalita Katamoto, business advisor and ecotourism entrepreneur in the province of Namosi. Fantasha Lockington, the executive director of the Fiji Hotel and Tourism Association. Kirti Patel, librarian and a community activist from Lotoka. Pradeep Patel, partner of BDO Fiji, a chartered accountant and tax professional. Nembuka Saune, the chief executive of Merchant Finance Limited. Guliame Takeawa, company director and member of the Sodelpa Management Board. And Barry Whiteside, company director and well-known former governor of the Reserve Bank of Fiji. And finally, Mireia Bolabola, business consultant and former chief executive of the Capital Markets Development Authority. The committee will be inviting submissions from economic stakeholders, public, and will be holding public consultations in major urban centers of Fiji and maybe in some rural areas as well. Announcements on this will follow shortly. The committee has been tasked to report back to the government by the middle of May. The report will, of course, be made public. Let me say that we have a new government committed to ensuring that we all work together in a democratic framework and that we can all bring our best skills and solutions together for a successful future. So today I want to urge all Fiji citizens to get involved in the process. It is your chance to contribute your views on how your government should work for you and what sort of policies they should adopt in managing the economy and government finances. One thing is very clear. We have some very, very hard choices in front of us. We all need to face them together. How we act will decide our success in future. So I want to, on behalf of the government, on behalf of the Ministry of Finance, take this opportunity to thank all of you. I know most of you are busy people. The chairman is probably the busiest. But I really appreciate you accepting our invitation to serve on this committee. This was always a very important committee. The last committee that produced the report was in 2004. As Minister of Finance and as a government, we are really looking forward to the work of this committee. And I am confident that the committee's work will inform us in a very, very good way and in a very analytical way how we can develop appropriate expenditure, revenue and tax policies for our country. So I'm very, very thankful to all of you, and I wish the chairman and all of you as members of the committee all the best, and I look forward to your report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now I take this opportunity to call upon the chairman of the Fiscal Review Committee, Mr. Richard Barry, for his quick.
First of all, thank you, Minister, for attending and introducing the committee. There's no question that we've been handed a pretty challenging assignment, but I think everybody on this committee is up for that challenge and ready to help. I think if we look at the team around us, we have a skilled, deeply experienced team in many sectors ready to contribute. And it's certainly our intention to listen not only to the experts, but also to consult widely around the country as far as possible, as far as we can, in the very short 10-week time frame that we have. I think we're all clear that the report we want to give to the government will be full, frank, and independent. We don't intend to shirk from the bad news, because we think there probably is some that will emerge as a result of the information we already have. But I think with those few words, we are ready to go, and I guess the sooner we start, the better. So thank you, Minister, for being here. Thank you, everybody, for accepting our invitation to join. I look forward to working with you in the next 10 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairman. That brings us to the end of our official program. We'll have a photo shoot now.